treasures of history, the world's most beautiful landmarks. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the most famous suspension bridges in the world and a landmark of New York City. It was opened in 1883 and was considered a technological marvel at the time, being the first steel wire suspension bridge. The bridge connects the boroughs of Manhattan and Brooklyn across the East River. It is about 1,834 meters, 6,016 feet long, and has become not only a vital transportation link, but also a tourist attraction and cultural icon. Here are some of the most interesting facts about the Brooklyn Bridge. It is one of the oldest suspension bridges in the US. The Brooklyn Bridge is considered a pioneer in bridge engineering. When completed, it was more than twice as long as any other suspension bridge at the time. Its construction proved that large rivers could be crossed and cities connected in new ways. The bridge served as a model for many future projects, both in the US and abroad. For this reason, it became an icon not only of New York, but of global architecture. The bridge was designed by John Augustus Roebling. German-American engineer John Roebling was the original designer of the bridge. His vision included the use of steel cables, which was revolutionary at the time. Sadly, Roebling died before construction began after a foot injury led to tetanus. His son, Washington Roebling, took over the project after his death. John's ideas, however, remained the foundation of the entire design. Washington Roebling supervised construction despite illness. Washington Roebling became the chief engineer of the project, but he fell ill with Casson disease caused by working in pressurized chambers underwater. He was bedridden and unable to physically supervise construction. Much of the project was directed from his window, where he used a telescope. His wife, Emily Roebling, played a vital role as the go-between for him and the workers. This story became a symbol of perseverance and family dedication. Emily Roebling was the first person to cross the bridge. Emily Warren Roebling not only assisted her husband, but also studied engineering to better understand the project. She became indispensable in relaying instructions and technical details. On the day of the Brooklyn Bridge's opening, she was the very first person to cross it, riding in a carriage with a ceremonial wreath. Her involvement symbolized the important role of women in major projects of the era. Today, she is remembered as the heroine of the bridge. Construction was dangerous and dozens of workers died. Building the bridge was extremely risky, especially in the underwater caissons. Many workers suffered from decompression sickness, while others were killed by explosions or falls. It's estimated that at least 20 to 30 workers lost their lives during construction. For the era, this was considered a low number, given the scale and hazards of the project. Despite the losses, the bridge became a symbol of bravery and determination. At its opening, fears about safety arose. Shortly after the bridge opened, rumors spread that it might collapse. In 1883, panic broke out when a crowd stampede caused 12 deaths. To restore public confidence, engineers staged a dramatic demonstration. PT Barnum marched 21 elephants across the bridge at once to prove its strength. This event became one of the most legendary moments in the bridge's history. The Brooklyn Bridge combines stone and steel elements. The bridge is famous for its unique architecture, blending neo-Gothic stone towers with steel cables. The grand granite and limestone towers resemble urban cathedrals at the entrances. The steel cables supporting the structure were highly innovative at the time. This combination gave the bridge not only strength, but also aesthetic beauty. It's this blend that made the bridge an architectural icon. It was the first bridge to use steel cables. The Brooklyn Bridge pioneered the use of steel cables instead of iron. Steel was stronger, more durable, and allowed for greater load capacity. This innovation paved the way for modern bridge technology. Thanks to it, even larger and more daring bridges could later be built. Thus, the Brooklyn Bridge became not only a New York symbol, but also a milestone in engineering. The bridge once had a toll, When it opened, the Brooklyn Bridge was not entirely free to use. Pedestrians had to pay 1 cent, horse riders 5 cents, and cars 15 cents. These tolls helped fund the bridge's maintenance. Over time, the toll system was abolished, and today, crossing is free for pedestrians and cyclists. This history shows how even major public projects once relied on financial self-sufficiency. Discover the greatest wonders of the ancient, the modern, and the natural world only on Monuments Channel.